when we're first learning math, we're shown that a problem like 2 times 2 is equal to 4. We write these multiplication problems with this X symbol between the two numbers, right? But in algebra, we change it up a little on you. Now, we like to use parentheses to show 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And you'll see why as we go along, why that's helpful to keep the just keeps your problems neater, and it helps organize things better. You'll also see something written like this: 2 times 2, where this first 2 is like out, not in a parentheses, and the second one is, still equals 4. It's still a multiplication problem. And, the regular addition does not change. So, the addition problem we're used to, written like 2 plus 2, that's still going to be written the same way in algebra. Same thing in subtraction: 2 minus 2 equals 0. That won't change on you. So the thing that we have to now concern ourselves with in algebra is positive and negative numbers. So we need to know the rules for multiplying a positive number times a positive number. The answer is going to be positive. So that's like writing 2 times 2, positive 2 times positive 2 is going to equal a positive 4. And then a negative number times a positive number is going to equal a negative number. And that's like writing negative 2 times a positive 2 is equal to negative 4. And notice how in algebra and even in math, the regular math that we learned, early on, a number that's written without a plus sign or a minus sign, let's say just like, when we see the number 2, well, that is really a positive number. We don't write the plus sign to tell ourselves, hey, it's a positive number, but we just assume, hey, that is a regular number, it's a positive number. But these negative numbers are kind of a new concept for us in algebra. But anyways, let me get rid of this and keep going with the rules for multiplying these numbers. Now notice how I had the negative number first times the positive number second. It doesn't matter if I change this up and write the positive number first and then the negative number second. It's still going to equal a negative number. And so that would be like positive 2 times a negative 2 is going to equal a negative 4. And then finally, if we have two negative numbers, a negative number times a negative number, that's going to equal a positive number. So again, that's like negative 2 times a negative 2 is going to equal positive 4. Now the same thing is, or a similar thing, actually it's the same thing is true for division. So let's just look at some division problems. If we have a positive number divide by a negative number, that's going to give us a negative answer. So that'd be like writing 2 divided by a negative 2. It's going to equal positive 1. And it doesn't matter if like the negative number is on top in the numerator and the positive number is on the bottom in the denominator. It's still, the answer is going to be negative. So that's like negative 2 on top, positive 2 on the bottom, going to equal a negative 1. And then if we had, I guess I didn't show you the simplest case. If we had positive divided by a positive, that's going to be a positive, and that's the normal way we're used to looking at the problems. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. And then finally, if I can fit this in, negative divided by a negative is going to equal a positive. So that's like saying negative 2 divided by negative 2 equals positive 1. So we can just do a couple of examples to, just trying to drive this point home. So if we have like a negative 3 times 12, positive 12, that's going to equal a negative 36. Then I could have a negative 24 divided by a positive 2. Can you guess what that's going to be? Negative 12. If we had a 2 times a negative 2 times a positive 6. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but let's do the first two numbers. Positive 2 times a negative 2 is a negative 4, and then a negative 4 times positive 6 is going to be a negative 24. Or if we had negative 18 divided by negative 9, can you guess what that is? Negative divided by negative is a positive, so 18 divided by 9 is 2, positive 2.